Noon, we are working developing news on the tragic shooting spree at Fort Hood in Texas. Today, the nation remains in shock after a gunman opened fire on a military base yesterday afternoon.
Now, we've been tracking the story since it happened. Here's the latest on what we know. The death toll in this tragedy now stands at 13. 30 more people have been hurt. The suspect, an Army psychiatrist, Major Nidal Malik Hassan, shot 4 times during the rampage, but he has survived.
Now we're learning that military officials plan to interrogate Hassan as soon as possible. Eyewitness News reporter Joel Brown is at Fort Hood, and he joins us now with the latest developments.
Elizabeth and Vince, the base commander, interviewed witnesses and victims all night long. He emerged from those interviews with stories of courageous servicemen and women and of an unforgiving gunman. Soldiers mowed down in the Fort Hood shooting rampage are painting the picture of a methodical gunman.
Talked to one young man last night. He was shot 4 times, by the same shooter. And then when he thought he moved, he said, "I made the mistake of moving, and I was shot again." Suspect Nidal Malik Hassan, an Army psychiatrist, seen in this convenience store video the day of the shooting wearing Muslim dress, reportedly shouted "Allah Akbar," an Arabic phrase for "God is great," before he opened fire. The Army says he killed 12 soldiers and 1 civilian during his spree inside Fort Hood's Soldier Readiness Center. Another 30 were wounded. At one point, the gunman realized a lot of the soldiers had started to escape, walked, and started shooting outside the building. Hundreds of soldiers were inside the facility, but they weren't armed. They don't usually carry their weapons here on base. It was a nearby active response team that rushed to the scene to stop the gunman. Civilian police officer Kimberly Munley fired at Hassan 4 times. She was hit too, but according to the base commander, is okay and talking on the phone with friends. Hassan, a 39-year-old major, is in stable condition and on a ventilator. 19-year-old Amber Barr's mother learned that her daughter took a bullet in the back.
My baby girl was shot. That's not supposed to happen.
But Barr didn't let that stop her from helping other soldiers. A young lady who realizes that her battle buddy is hurt, takes her blouse off, ties a tourniquet, carries the guy outside, gets him to safety, and then realizes she herself is shot. Investigators have yet to speak with Hassan, but colleagues say he was about to be deployed to Iraq and didn't want to go. So officials are not ruling out the possibility of friendly fire here yesterday, that in all the confusion of the shooting scene, military officers may have shot some of the victims, not realizing yet who was who. At Fort Hood, Texas, I'm Joel Brown, Eyewitness News.
Stay with Eyewitness News for continuing coverage of the shooting spree at Fort Hood. We're going to continue gathering information all day long, and we'll have it for you tonight, beginning live at 5. And for updates anytime, just log on to our website, WPRI.com.
More